Apple says the camera on their iPhone 7 Plus is the best they've ever made on an iPhone. But Google may have just raised the bar, saying their new Pixel phones have the best camera ever made on any smartphone. So we're going to put these specs to the test in the real world with a tour of wine country, starting here at the Jarvis Winery. Both phones were great at capturing the hint of fall in the vineyards and the storm clouds on the horizon, but the one shot on the Pixel looks more dramatic, with more visible detail, richer color, and better texture. And though the shots were taken from the exact same spot, the Pixel has a slightly wider lens, making it appear further away in all the shots. So we're going to get a little bit closer and test the macro shot. The white balance is slightly different on both phones, cooler on the iPhone with deeper hues, and warmer on the Pixel with brighter colors, making the grapes appear lighter. And since both have their charm, I'm gonna have to call this one a draw. Both cameras have a blurred background effect. On the Pixel, it's called lens blur, and on the iPhone, it's actually called portrait mode. The Pixel takes a bit longer to get it right, and you can see it had a tough time distinguishing between the subject and the background. The iPhone is much better at distinguishing between the two thanks to that dual lens setup. And though the edges still aren't perfect, the overall quality of the portrait is way better than the Pixel. And if you feel like flipping the shot on yourself, the iPhone has a 7-megapixel front-facing shooter compared to the 8-megapixel sensor on the Pixel, and you can tell the difference. Not only is the Pixel selfie sharper than the iPhone, it also has a wider angle lens, which means you get more in your shot without having to overstretch your arm. Next, we went to the stables for some action shots of these fast-moving creatures. Capturing the exact same shot while in motion was nearly impossible, but these two were the closest thing. Both were impressive at capturing the horse midair, considering how fast it was going and how much I was fumbling with the phones, but again we see the Pixel has brighter colors and greater details in the clouds both above the horizon and below the horse's hooves. So now let's see how they handle low light inside these caves. Once inside, we mounted the phones on a tripod to get the exact same angle and reduce blur. And while they can both handle low light like pros, the Pixel was able to let in more light with greater contrast, creating that sense of depth in the shot which closely resembles the real thing. Both cameras are a huge leap forward for a smartphone. The portrait on the iPhone 7 Plus is incredible, and that may be a strong enough reason to choose it over the Pixel, but it's the only reason. The Pixel was able to capture more detail in each image, it had consistently brighter colors, and superior low-light shots, making it our overall winner in this round.